Soyinka urges President Tinubu to probe deaths of Dele, Giwa, Bola, Kudirat, Abiola, others. Nobel laureate Professor Wole Soyinka has called on President Bola Tinubu to immediately initiate a probe into the strange circumstances surrounding the deaths of notable Nigerians, including Dele, Giwa, Chief Bola, and Kudirat, Abiola. Since when to when? Something that happened over 30 years ago is when they should now start probing now. If they start probing it now, are they going to get any useful information? Are they going to get a trace? The people that even did it, how are we sure that they are still alive and all of that? So they should start probing something that happened 30-something years ago. Now, speaking with selected journalists in Lagos on Saturday, Soyinka said, some Nigerians across the world could provide vital clues that may help unravel the mystery behind the killings. I believe the honored participants were a representation of the rest of the people in the struggle, Soyinka said while reflecting on Nigeria's Democracy Day, which was marked on 12th of June 2025. Soyinka expressed concerns over several notable omissions on the honors list. He said although the gesture was commendable, not all key actors in the fight for democracy were acknowledged. Soyinka revealed that he would be dedicating his own honor to the memory of the late Dr. Kora Samkoti. And that's probably because you guys are cousins. He described Samkoti as a defender of human rights, champion of good governance, and campaigner for democracy who was detained and jailed several times by the Nigerian military. The Nobel laureate also described the former head of state, Ibrahim Babangida, as a general without an army. He said, we know of a certain move which he made. We know those who visited him at the time, those who added their weight to the annulment, both within the military and the civil. We know the royal fathers who went to visit and said on no account would they accept the implementation of that election. We know all of that. It is not me who should write it. It is he. He owes it to the nation, Soyinka maintained. Since he's not writing it, you write it now. Write it. He warned that the significance of the June 12 struggle should not be trivialized, noting that many people paid the ultimate price, while several others suffered serious injuries and abuses under the military regime of that era. No one should make light of the weight and importance of the June 12 struggle, as many people died, and many others were greatly injured by the military junta, which had tortured and imprisoned Nigerians at the time, he said. Soyinka's remarks came just as the presidency denied conferring national honors on human rights activists Aisha Yusufu and 35 others. The presidency denied though. The denial was issued on Saturday following widespread speculation and criticism over the selection of honorees. President Tinubu had earlier released the names of 66 awardees as part of the event marking the 2025 Democracy Day. The announcement was made during a joint sitting at the National Assembly in Abuja on Thursday, 13th June. Among those honored posthumously were former Chief of Staff Shehu Mosiah Adra, Professor Humphrey Nwosu, who oversaw the 1993 presidential election, and Kudirat Abiola, the wife of MKO Abiola, and the matter of the June 12 struggle. In the historic move, President Tinubu also granted a posthumous state pardon to environmental activist Ken Saro-Wiwa and the 8 other members of the Ogoni 9. They said you cannot grant a pardon to somebody that did not do anything. So it is not a pardon that you will give them, it is that you will exonerate them and say, these people actually, they were innocently sentenced. They didn't do anything, but they were innocently sentenced. So that is what they should be doing. And not saying, you have granted them a pardon. They didn't do anything for you to grant them a pardon. Almost 3 decades after the execution by the military regime of General Sani Abacha, I also confer posthumous national honors on Ken Saro-Wiwa, CON, the leaders of the Ogoni 9 and his fellow travelers, Tinubu announced during his address to the National Assembly. Families have said thank you anyways, but that's not what they want. You can't grant a pardon to somebody that did not do anything. It is well. At Uche Chime says, Prof, what about Funshaw Williams? I wonder. Maybe he escaped his mind. Sochi says, you never face solve new problem finish. Na old wahala on our face of, do you get? Something that happened over 30 something years ago. But the current situation that is facing the country now, it cannot be solved. It is well. As Wade Kezi says, is now I know that Soyinka is just a stooge. Okay. Puchi Giwa says, what if the killers join APC at all? Their sins will be forgiven. Their sins will be forgiven, no. I made it a lot of Funshaw Williams. I don't know. Maybe he escaped his mind. And they said others, but his name is obviously not there. Philip Okoro says, why deploying energies on the dead when the living need such energies for security? I don't know. Tunde says, go rest. It is well. Charles Otunwa says, it bite Bola and Funshaw Williams. So how will he probe it? I wonder because it's always been in the news that, he allegedly, that he had something to do with the death of Funshaw Williams and Bola again. I mean our current P. Logo says, birds of the same feather. Can a criminal probe a criminal? It is well. The truth says, I challenge Tinubu to try it. Let's see if the military will not take power from him overnight. This is our military. This military that we have, that is doing meeting with terrorists. I beg you. Benga Okande says, that will humble some letter writers. John Ruben says, drug-inspired talks. We all know how people are being pied in Benue on a daily basis. Why isn't nobody talking about it? Maybe he closed his eyes after smoking. The thing is annoying. Like, why are they not saying something about what is going on in Benue State? It has become normal. And then they expect these people to just move on. And then the next week again, it happens. It keeps on happening. That their governor, they need to recall him. How did they used to do? And it's not declaring a state of emergency in Benue State. Why? What happened in River State is not up to what is happening. They need to declare a state of emergency in Benue State as a matter of urgency. Because if not, Benue State will come out for our 36 states, because they want to send these people into extinction. What's going on? It is well. My listeners, over to leave your thoughts. Don't forget to like, to share, and subscribe. Thank you for listening. See you some other time. Bye.